Hello everyone, Watch Captain Kyrez here, and today we'll be taking a look at a little bit more Heresy coming out of Games Workshop. And apparently they're going to be going over each Legion in their own way. Today they showed off the Black Legion, but here soon we're going to get Iron Warriors, Night Lords, Word Bearers, World Eaters, the Emperor's Children, the Alpha Legion, and Renegades. And that covers most of all the heretics that are still left alive out there, other than the Death Guard and Thousand Sons, which already have their own special place. I would really love to see, and this is just a personal thing, everybody get their own codex. I really hate having sub factions within the Space Marines and then the Chaos Space Marines codex. I wish all the main chapters would get their own love. But anyways, let's go into the Black Legion here and their focus. And they talk a little bit about who are the Black Legion and blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Abaddon fails. They previewed a stratagem that I don't think is very good. And it's called Tip of the Spear. Use this stratagem at the start of your first shooting phase. You can reroll hit rolls for a Black Legion unit from your army that is closest to an enemy unit until the end of the phase. If several units are equidistant, you can pick which one is affected. Unless this is free, I don't really see much use out of this. Because it goes over your first shooting phase. At the start of your first shooting phase, it only allows you to reroll hit rolls from a unit that is closest to an enemy unit. Yeah, and why I say that is because later on down the page here, we'll see that Black Legion is going to be really mostly combat focused. You want to be charging and assaulting and be in close combat. So shooting is probably not going to be the best thing. And they go over a relic for Black Legion, and this one I do agree with is really strong. It is a combi bolter called Angel's Bane. I hate that. Angel's Bane replaces the Bear's combi bolter and has the following profile. It's a range of 24 inches, rapid fire 2, strength 5, minus 2 AP, 2 damage. And it has a special ability. This weapon has a damage characteristic of 3 if the target has the Imperium keyword. Wow. So put this on your Terminator Captain or Chaos Lord. He'll always be shooting 4 shots at strength 5, minus 2. And if you're targeting a Imperium keyword unit, it'll have a damage of 3, which is pretty crazy. So you can shoot it at a night. You'd be hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, then wounding on 5s. They have their invuln if they want to take it, or else it's minus 2, and then it would be doing 3 damage each. So let's just say if you at least get 1 in, that's easy 3 damage from a combi bolter. But you do have to be within 24 inches, so there is that. And then they preview some of the new stuff, which is the new Chaos models, which are supposedly very customizable and usable for kit bashing, they said. And then they have Abaddon. They previewed one of his stat sheets, or his stat line, sorry. Not super impressed. I am happy to see that he has only 8 wounds. But overall, not super impressed with it, and I'll read it off to you. Abaddon the Spoiler has a movement of 6 inches, weapon skill 2 up, ballistic skill 2 up, strength 5, toughness 5, 8 wounds, 6 attacks, leadership 10, and a 2 up armor save. Now, right off the bat, he is 1 strength, toughness, and wounds less than Gilman. He is the exact same as Marnius Calgar, although I think the new Primus Calgar has a 8-inch move, I believe. I could be wrong with that. Or I might be confusing that with Guilliman. But either way, unless his points cost is less than 200 or at 200 baseline, I'm really underwhelmed, to be honest. I wish his movement was a little bit higher. Strength and toughness, I believe, need to both be at 6. I'm really happy with his wounds and attacks, but the strength and toughness, it's not there, not quite there. I feel like a Demon Prince would probably kill him first off, because the T5 thing is what kills him. Because you have standard guard using their last guns that would be wounding him on 5 still, and you get 40, 80 shots out of that, and there's no way you can make all those saves. But moving on from that disappointment, we have some Terminators, which are new models shown off to us today, and they look pretty good. More Black Legion. And then they go over a specialist attachment stratagem for the Black Legion, Bringers of Despair. You use this stratagem when choosing your army. Pick a Black Legion detachment from your army to be a Bringers of Despair specialist detachment. Black Legion Terminator units in that detachment gain the Bringers of Despair keyword. And then they go on to another stratagem that affects Black Bringers of Despair. It's called Brutal Subjugation. Use this stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Pick a Bringers of Despair unit from your army. Each enemy model slain by this unit in this phase counts as 2 models in the subsequent morale phase. Could be strong. I don't think that it will be maximized a whole lot. Just going back to the one above, the shooting one, and then this one into the combat phase, a lot of units can now get around the morale phase. Not a whole lot of stuff starts dying unless you're running Xenos. Because all Space Marines have the "and they shall know no fear" rule, which allows them to reroll failed morales even if they do. And then I know for Death Watch, if you take a Terminator and a standard veteran squad, they're immune. And there are other things that make Space Marines immune, and the Guard can all be immune too. So I think they're hiding the best. I think Games Workshop is hiding the better stratagems and stuff in here until later on in the week to show us. Again, with Abaddon, he'll probably have a few more rules that we don't know about to make him a little bit better, because at the moment I would probably still just take a Demon Prince, especially after what they told us the other day, that you can make another Chaos Lord or something like that, basically giving him all the same rules. Oh, sorry, here we go. Got over myself. The Chosen of the War Master is what I was just talking about. Little fluff text. When the War Master himself is not present, this warrior has the strength to lead the forces of the Legion in his stead. This allows you to reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by friendly Bringers of Despair units while they are within 6 inches of your Warlord. If your Warlord has the Lord of Chaos ability, you can instead reroll hit rolls for attacks made by friendly Bringers of Despair units while they are within 6 inches of your Warlord. There you have it. That's just what I was talking about. I kind of jumped ahead of myself. And then they kind of showed off a few of the titles, or I guess warlords, I should say. The Lord Ravager, Lord Deceiver, Lord Corruptor, and Lord Purgator. I don't really know who those are. And then there's another stratagem down here. The Field Commander. Use this stratagem before the battle if you used any specialist attachment stratagems when choosing your army. Choose one character from your army that has gained a keyword from a specialist attachment stratagem that is not your Warlord and is not a named character. You can give that character the Warlord trait of the specialist attachment they are part of. Note that this character is only regarded as your warlord for the purposes of that warlord trait. This stratagem can be used once for each specialist attachment stratagem you have used. Spend 1 command point each time you use it. No 2 characters in your army can have the same warlord trait. So it makes it really strong. You can bring Abaddon, do the Bringers of Despair, and then use the field commander and make another guy have all that special stuff too. So it'd be pretty strong. You could split up your forces, I guess. Again, the Chaos side's not really doing it for me, at least what they're previewing. I was all hyped up with the models and everything like that, but everything's starting to feel a little bit more underwhelming when you get down to the basic troops and special abilities and stuff. I still feel like the Master Possession and that new guy that they have riding the spider thing could be pretty fun with some other units, but as far as that goes, I'm probably not going to do the Chaos stuff. Really not, and that's just my opinion. You might have better opinions as you played more Chaos, but other than that, folks, thank you for listening to my rambling this time, and have a nice day.